All right. Back with another one of those block rockin' hauls. So, this haul I've been wanting to do for a while now. I actually tried to do it one time. I think it was while I was sick, and it was an epic fail. I forgot to show one of the books that I really wanted to show, and just deleted the whole thing. Then I was sick for a couple weeks and working a lot, so now I'm eager to put away some books. So hopefully, hopefully I'll make it through it this time. So this I got at an auction on eBay. Submariner number 50, first appearance of Namorita, in a 9.0. I think, what did I pay for this? I paid, I think, about maybe $90 for it. Paid 91 shipped for it. It's not anything that I was like, after. I just saw it, and prices on a lot of things are down quite a bit, and I don't know, just seemed like a decent value at the time. I kind of disagree with the grade. I've sent in books that I felt like were nicer that have come back as low as 7.5. I mean, I definitely wouldn't give this a 9.0, but it is what it is. So I decided that I was going to start collecting some of the Devil's Due. I don't know if it's publishing or press. I always get it mixed up, but some of the Devil's Due hack/slash comics. So I found a seller that had a bunch of issues that I could combine ship. So I'll just fly through them really quickly. I basically just bought everything that I could find for like $2 to $4 from the Devil's Due run, plus this, which is the annual. Some pretty cool stories. I think that some pretty cool covers as well. I've felt like, like I saw Bronze Age horror have a bit of an uptick. And as I had said in one of my videos, I'm not much of a collector of runs, but this is a relatively short run. I think it's only 32 issues. There's some variant covers and whatnot, but I think it's 32 issues, and then there's it's a little bit of an oddball title, where like you don't always see it. So I felt like it would be kind of fun to try to hunt down. And then there's a bunch of one shots. These next ones I've gotten a lot. I forget what I paid for the lot, maybe like $35. And honestly, the main reason that I wanted it was to get the first appearance, hack/slash versus Chucky. A couple of these are beat up, and then the original hack/slash one shot, first appearance of Vlad and Cassie. Came out in like 2003. and again, like I said, it's just a, it's a long going indie title. Um, you don't see them in every comic shop you go into. So I just felt like it would be something that was kind of fun for me to try to hunt down. I got a Dark Horse Presents lot, and really the only reason it's early mask, and the only reason I bought it was because I think I won like an auction on eBay with the first appearance right here of the mask, and it was like $1 plus shipping, and then they never sent it. So then, of course, I felt like I needed it now because I bought it and it didn't come. And then so I wound up buying this lot for $30 shipped, just because I all of a sudden had to have it. I mean, I do like the mask, but it really wasn't anything I had to have. But now I have it. Cable 21, first adult appearance of Hope Summers. I paid $12 for that shipped. What If Dark, Tomb of Dracula. That was just a cover buy for me, a Warren Lau cover. Paid $8 to have that shipped. I bought this lot with some ragged comics. There were a couple coverless comics that I honestly don't even know what I did for. But this is Wonder Woman 160, obviously low grade, big chunk missing, but it's the first Silver Age appearance of Cheetah, Wonder Woman 160. I paid $24 for the lot. I grabbed Marvel Fanfare number 1 and 2. Number 1 is the first appearance of Vertigo, one of the Savage Land mutates. And it's not a book that I'm seeking out anymore. There was a time that I was, and it seemed kind of hard to come by. Like, I didn't really run into it in comic shops, which surprised me. And then online, everybody wanted a good amount of money for. I wound up buying this for those 2 issues for $4 shipped, which I don't even know how that covers shipping. But Power Girl number 1, Power Girl Uncovered number 1. On the inside, it's just a bunch of her covers. This was just kind of a cover buy for me. I honestly don't even know who the artist is, but it just kind of reminded me of one of the, of some of the Adam Hughes Power Girl stuff. So this I bought, I think in a Newbury Comics, it might have been. I think I paid $30 for it. I think it's like a 1 in 25 Capullo Wolverine Virgin cover. You know, and his Spawn stuff is pretty cool, and it's just one of those things, a spur of the moment I wound up buying. I got this Razor lot. I think this one is the first appearance of Kabuki. Razor and the Warrior Nun, and Razor Zero, signed by Heartso here. And for that lot, I know that there was supposed to be a movie, and I think Emma Dumont was supposed to play Razor, and that seems to have just completely stalled out. The lot was $30 shipped. I still think it's a pretty cool book. I'm a big fan of The Crow, and this is kind of in that same type of genre. They've got some crossover books together. A lot of what I've purchased has been in lots lately. It's seeming like. I got these two books in a lot. That's Dark Horse Presents Annual 1998, the first appearance of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer #1, gold foil, Arthur Adams cover. Probably came with another. It was a 31 comic lot that I paid $50 for. It's a bunch of the first series or first season, and then some related titles. I know that she's had a pretty cult-like following. I'm not a fan, never was. But like I said, I've been kind of off the beaten path on a bit of an indie kick, and that just seemed like something worth buying for $50. Like I said, I'm not gonna bore you with all the rest of the issues. Betty Page, I think this is Jumpin' Jungle Jive. Dave Stevens cover. I think I paid like $15 for that. And then here is the Dirty Pair Run from the Future #1. Adam Hughes homage of Dave Stevens Planet Comics issue. This is one I've always wanted to own, and just never found an issue that I felt like paying for. Wound up getting this for $130 on eBay. It's a pretty nice copy. There's a little soft corner. It's probably nothing that I'd grade, but definitely happy to finally own that issue. So this one I definitely paid up for. All Crime Comics issue #1, Bruce Timm cover. It's like a prestige format. Like I said, I had found a online seller that had number 2 and 3 available, and I purchased a few copies of that, and then you know, I'll probably sell those, but then I had to get a number 1 so that I could have a 1 through 3 for myself. Honestly, I have no idea what this is. Heavy Metal Magazine comic, Cold Dead War number 1. This is the second print variant. I just stumbled into this somewhere, and I don't know, for some reason it just kind of struck me as one of those covers that you know, down the road becomes sought after. So I got a lot of 2, and these are kind of like trade paperback, Harris Comics and Dark Horse Vampirella issues. This is the first print, which, you know, I think most of the listings, I think I had one in my watch list on eBay for like $50. There's also second prints, which don't command that much. And this I snagged off eBay for $32 shipped for the both of them. And as you probably know, I'm a collector of Dave Stevens, so I'm more than happy to pay that price tag for that. This just recently came, The Crow number 2, J.O. Bar. I think, I want to say I paid like $90 for this. Yeah, $87 shipped for this, and it's a pretty nice copy. I mean, it's something that I might, you know, I would possibly grade. This is more of just a PC thing for me, though. I've had issue 1 for a while. It's a kind of beat up copy, probably like, if I can recall, I think like after a press it'll be like a 6. But now I obviously want to complete the 1 through 4. So I was working near a shop that I knew had this, and I saw it there and wound up buying something else just because, you know, the condition on this is obviously rough. But I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of this cover. Was in the area again, had some money in my pocket, knew that this was probably still sitting there. They actually have a decent selection of Golden Age. So I ran in just to grab this, Tales from the Crypt number 41, the you know, damsel in distress with the axe coming at her. I like the expression on her face, you know, and you have to wonder whether that axe is gonna hit her dead in the kisser or not. Like I said, really low grade, but I don't walk into comic shops and see it, so I decided I was gonna run back in there and grab it. All right, so here's another Dave Stevens, and unfortunately I've shown a lot of these Dave Stevens, but this I recently ordered, and it was an upgrade. I think I paid probably like $17 for this. My old copy, I paid like $1.50 for, if I remember correctly. But I was excited to upgrade that. Here's a Spawn #1 newsstand. What did I pay for this? It's a pretty low grade. It was $14 shipped. But for $14, I figured I'd take a shot on it. You can see there's a lot of, it's got a lot going on. I have a nicer copy, so I'll probably just try to turn a profit on that and move on. I bought an indie lot to get this issue, True Love #1, Dave Stevens cover. This is one that I did not have. It's definitely not one of my favorite Dave Stevens covers, and that's why I didn't have it. But this was $21 for a 9 comic lot. I mean, the rest of it is all kind of indie garbage, so whatever, but it got me the book I wanted. Edge of Spider-Verse featuring Aranya, 1 in 25. A spider character, 1 in 25 for $5, sure. I think this is her first cover variant of her own title. I could be mistaken, but again, $5 for a 1 in 25 seemed reasonable. ROM 31. So this is I guess it's debatable whether it's the second or third Rogue, but first cover. So that was actually in the combined shipping lot with a lot of those Hack/Slash comics, as well as this Captain America, this like First Mother Sin or something like that. That was $4. So I often look through like the bundled books in shops. This is a set of Deviate #1 issues. I think it's like an 8 comic set, and this is the Dave Stevens Adam Hughes cover that I had been looking for. There's also, I think there's a Lee cover in there, there's a Campbell cover in there, and obviously a few other artists. I bought a few issues of that when I first found out about it. This is some, I might have showed this, but I got some so this is Betty Page, Queen of the Nile, the Dave Stevens stuff, 1 through 3. But then I found some Dave Stevens stuff at my comic shop that I thought was, not really priced accurately. So I got a couple copies of Queen of the Nile 3. I think 4 copies of Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, #1, 3D. What else? Johnny Quest, Dave Stevens, Doc Savage, Dave Stevens, another Doc Savage. I don't know if So Dave Stevens is credited with something here. I don't know if it's just the inks. I'm not positive, but so yeah, I had bought a couple of the the Shayna 3Ds for $7 in one order, and then the Queen of the Niles for 11, Johnny Quest for 4, the 3D special, a couple of those for 6. You know, and honestly, like, I don't mind buying like stuff that's graded fine from my comic shop. They tend to, you know, they tend to grade well. Like if you purchase a comic from Mile High Comics, you know, you might get a near mint that is in worse shape than this. And so this is, you know, and some of them are definitely like, okay, that's a fine. You know, they probably knocked it down for this color rub here, a slight corner crunch. But I mean, overall, it's a pretty nice book to be considered a fine. So I'll typically buy lower grade books from my comic shop than I would anywhere else, because I know that their grading is at the very least fair, you know, and it might be, you know, it might be undergraded. You're typically not going to buy anything from my comic shop that's overgraded. So that's that. Let's see. All right, I think this will be it of the Dave Stevens. I got a second copy from a buddy of that, of this, and this. So I found this Agents of Atlas set, 1 through 6, for $10. The main reason I wanted it was for number 4, the Namora cover. That was hot for a while, I think, you know, leading up to the Black Panther 2. You know, that book was going for, I think, over $20. I don't think there are any sales anymore, but I'm still fond of the cover, and I don't see it anywhere, so for $10 it seemed like it was worth it to get the 1 through 6. Grab this, the second print of the Secret Avengers, I think, or what are they called? This book was hot for a while, where like you could not get it for, like, I don't think you could get it for $80. And it's, you know, it's since tanked. I think I got that copy for $8. Yeah, the first appearance of the Secret Warriors, I spent $11 on it. Some stuff I got in the wild, just Bernie Wrightson, Master Macabre, a random Zap issue, Zap number 6, Vanguard Illustrated number 7, that's the first Mr. Monster, X-Men 169, the first appearance of the Morlocks and Callisto, reprint of a Wally Wood cover, couple Luke Cage Hero for Hire issues 5 and 6, Another set I purchased, a 1 through 3. I don't care about issues 2 or 3. I just wanted the Dave Stevens cover. Again, not one of my favorites. That's probably why I don't have too many of them. Xena the Warrior Princess 1 and 2 for the Dave Stevens cover. I think it was $5 for the 2 of them. This was a mistake. I thought it was the first print, but it's not. So, not something I would have bought on purpose. Let's see. I bought a lot of New Mutants. This is volume 2. Bunch of first appearances in here, like Wither and Rockslide and Prodigy, Anole. Like issue 1 has first appearances, 2 has first appearances, 3 has first appearances. This is the newsstand. I think that's the main reason I bought the lot. Number 4, this is the first appearance of Prodigy, probably my favorite out of the issues. Number 8 is the first appearance of Surge. I think this is like the first cameo of someone. Some of these some of the X characters have a bunch of like cameos before a decent appearance. So this was a lot of Castlevania, Belmont Legacy, 1 through 5 I purchased. There's a Castlevania Netflix anime that's decent. I grew up with Nintendo, and you know, Castlevania was a big game, so this was something that I wanted. I think I've probably still got a few copies of number 1, but I didn't have the whole set. And I think I paid a decent amount for this, like $60. Let's see. All right, whatever. Let's just say I paid $60 for it. It definitely wasn't cheap. Ant number 4. I had wanted the first appearance and started looking around. This was the first issue I found at a decent price. Death Rattle number 1 from Kitchen Sink, Corbin. This seems to go for a decent amount. I think I found it for like $17 somewhere online. Creed number 1, first appearance. I think I got paid like $10 for that. Voltron number 1, I found that for 50 cents somewhere. Hero for Hire number 2. I'm not sure what I paid for that. Spider-Man 48. I paid like 67 for this. Runaways number 1. I think I paid like 17 for that. Ghost Rider number 2, first full Son of Satan. That was like $31. Some more 50-cent books I grabbed, just some random cartoon books, Bone issues. Bunch more 50-cent books I won't bother you with. I grabbed another Southern Squadron number 4. This there's a Spawn preview that predates Malibu Sun. Highlander 0. Grendel number 1, her first appearance. First appearance of Frenzy, X Factor 4. Shadowland Power Man, first appearance of this Power Man. Some Avatar RoboCop #1 Killing Machine. A Metamorpho #1. And again, that was just some 50-cent stuff I ran into. I've gone way longer than I wanted to, but I'm about done. Another set I picked up 1 through 4, Transformers Drift. This has the first appearance. No, I don't think it's issue #1. I think it's issue #2 maybe. But the first appearance of Drift is in there. He's like a Transformers bounty hunter. This was a nice little score. Underworld from IDW for $5. That goes for a decent, definitely goes for over $5. I like Underworld, like the cover. There's I think there's an X-Force, like Necrosha Underworld homage that I need to come across and haven't yet. And then I also got a Conan #23, first appearance of Red Sonja. I think I paid like $72 for this maybe. Let me see if I can find it. $76. They had it listed as a VF. I know when I looked it over, I didn't, I'd remember if I strongly disagreed, but it's a pretty nice copy. And, there's a bit of a debate on whether this is her first appearance or first cameo, and there's no way this is a cameo. This is a first full. She's all throughout the book and speaking and all of that. This I've wanted for a while. 24 is an issue that I come across rather frequently. 23, I never find at a price that I'm happy with. I recently sold my only copy of 24, and I sold it really cheap too. So I'm gonna have to get another one of those. But this one is definitely gonna be a keeper. Like I said, I'm well over where I want to be, but I wanted to get through these books and be able to finally put stuff away and move on with my life. Until more stuff comes, of course. Although there might be a bit of a lull in it for a while. But that's it for now. Thanks for hanging with me.